Cars decked out in diamonds, private yachts and planes, and vacays at 7-star hotels. All this stuff seems like a freaking fairy tale to most of us, but for millionaires, it's just another day in the life. Right now we're going to take a dive into the world of the luxe life. And who knows, maybe the stuff that we're only daydreaming about right now will become a reality for someone from our lot one day. So, how do these billionaires move around countries? It's in their private jets, and even in the air, they feel like kings. The inside of these jets is decked out like a real palace. Helpful stewardesses make sure the jet's owner is always in comfort. We've only just managed to take to the skies pretty recently in the grand scheme of things, but today, even when you're flying high, you don't have to pinch pennies. This plane, it's a real flying palace, owned by the Saudi Prince Al Walid. You can fit up to 14 close peeps around the dining table. Meals are served on gold-plated dishes. After eating, you can chill out on an expertly crafted sofa. Need to wash your hands? There's a golden tap and sink for that. Nowadays, none of us can go without internet, especially business folks. With modern tech, you can have speedy internet access even on a plane, so you can indulge in all modern-day perks. For young billionaire Kylie Jenner, it's super vital to have uninterrupted internet access, since her life revolves around social media. She splurged nearly $73 million on her own lush plane. She gave the plane's interior a personal touch, ensuring everything needed for comfy travel wherever. Fancy flights these days make sure the rich are constantly reminded of their wealth, even while on the move.
He or she is up high above the ground. That's how rapper Rick Ross celebrated buying a private plane. Now Rick takes his friends not just around the ground but through the air. These millionaires don't just play hard. They live it up like it's a fairy tale. They get to see the most magical places around our planet, staying in the world's best hotels with incredible service. They can relax with a stunning view while lying around.
When you've got billions, anything seems possible, right? It feels like folks who can afford vacations like these have zero worries. I mean, how can you think of anything bad when you're wrapped in a cozy blanket of warm bubbles, soaking in how amazing the world is? Loads of these wealthy folks love chilling out in the Maldives, and it's no shocker. All you gotta do is glance at these snapshots and it's crystal clear why billionaires are all over this place. It's all about stunning nature and top-tier service out there. Billionaires rarely take a dip in the sea, cause they can't control the water temperature, but hey, they can swim in the pool as much as they want. When you're floating up there, it feels like you're on top of the world. To get a break from the hustle and bustle, they head to the most remote spots on the planet. Even in places like Zanzibar or Madagascar, they can count on pretty sweet and comfortable accommodation and ace service. A billionaire can have breakfast in one country. You could be having dinner in one place and then decide on a whim to go somewhere where the sun is blazing or where everything is blanket in snow. Anything's possible. Millionaires don't doubt that miracles can happen. They make those miracles happen with just a snap of their fingers. If a private jet is like a palace in the sky, then a yacht is a palace on water. Yachts have long been associated with the high life. Plenty of the business folks in Gachi hold their business meetings on yachts, and not just business meetings. Some of these yachts are just massive and feel more like floating hotels with a crew ready to serve you top-notch service. Top chefs would whip up the most gourmet meals for the yacht's owner and their guests. This monster of a yacht even has its own helicopter pad. And although this one is pretty small, it's one of the priciest in the world. Can you guess why? Right, it's because it took 10,000 kilograms of pure gold platinum to make not just the yacht itself, but even the handrails, stairs, and even the golden anchor. Some people might find this ridiculous, like why would you cover a yacht in gold? On the other hand, when you've got too much money, you gotta figure out what to spend it on, and that can be tougher than you think. How much dosh are we talking about? Whole Bugatti, Lamborghini, Rolls-Royce. A lot of folks can't save up their life's earnings to buy these cars. But for the truly wealthy fellas, it's not enough to just buy a cool sports car. They even cover it with gold to underline their swanky status. When you look at this Bugatti, it's clear as day that a jaw-droppingly rich person drives this. I bet all of us would love to take a spin in this to earn enough dough for something like that. or spit some rhymes. Rapper Flo Rida went all out on this golden Bugatti Veyron. One look at this whip and anyone would want to try their hand at rapping, no matter what kind of music they're into. By the way, rappers don't just bling out their rides. Some of them drop mad cash just to have a smile worth its weight in gold. With a grill like that, there's no need to explain how successful they are. But most of the time, the status of a rapper is defined by a chunky gold chain. The thicker it is, the more successful the artist. And let's be real, no one can argue that rappers are rolling in dough. You can't impress Arab billionaires with gold cars. They prefer to cover their rides with diamonds. This Rolls-Royce, decked out in diamonds, costs over $2 million. Some favor Mercedes. Any car can be laden with precious stones, totally screaming the owner's whopping riches. Back in the day, girls dreamed of a prince on a white horse. Now it's all about a prince in a diamond-studded Mercedes. More so since this prince ain't some fairy tale. This diamond Mercedes is legit owned by an Arab prince. Those billionaires with a refined taste gather collections of vintage cars, or on the flip side, snap up the latest supercars like, check out this Pagani Huayra. Priced at $2 million. Just feast your eyes on these cars. Probably every guy as a kid a master collection of toy cars. I guess we are all kids at heart.
If billionaires have palaces like these in the sky and on the water, can you imagine how they live on land? Some of their homes are so massive that family members could live there and never run into each other. Some houses are more like castles, depending on their taste. Some folks prefer to deck out their mansions in a super modern style, while others go for a vintage vibe and decorate with royal luxury. These houses have everything. Pools, spas, movie theaters, bowling alleys. You could live your whole life there and not want for anything. Still, billionaires usually have several homes scattered around the world. They may only spend a few days a year in their mansions, even though they could easily stay put. I bet we've all dreamt of being a billionaire. At the end of this video, that desire probably just got stronger. But most of us have never even seen $1 million.